Most Azure beginners or admin store passwords directly inside their application or app service settings, and that works until that secret expire or become difficult to manage if we have multiple application. Today I'll show you the traditional app registration approach and the modern managed identity approach, and how this can help you in managing your applications without any password. By the end of this video, you'll understand how Azure applications securely access Key Vault without manually managing passwords. So we'll have our users, and in the browser our Azure App Service will access the Azure Key Vault without any password, secrets or certificates. So Azure will automatically authenticate using managed identity, and our application will securely retrieve secrets from Key Vault using managed identity. And now, before understanding which is the best, managed identity or app registration, we need to understand why do we need these both options in the first place. So modern applications rarely work alone. A web app may need access to a database, storage account, API or a key vault. So Azure services needs to talk to other services like your virtual machine connecting to a SQL database or a web app connecting to a Azure Postgres server. And for that, Azure needs a secure way to verify the application identity before allowing access. So that is exactly why managed identity and app registration exist. App registration gives an application a digital identity using client ID and secret that we can use to connect Azure services in the same tenant. So both managed identity and app registration help applications securely communicate with other services. The difference between both of them is who manages the credentials. So we'll create an app service plan, a web app, then the Azure Key Vault step by step. So let's get started and let's head over to the Azure portal. So first we'll start creating a resource group where we'll place all our resources like app service plan and Key Vault. For that we'll go to resource group and give it a name. Resource group managed identity demo. Then the location will keep Central India and review and create. Next we'll have the app service plan. For that let's search for plan and then create. We'll choose the resource group and then the name. Change the region to Central India and we'll choose the pricing plan as B1. Next tags and review and create. Now our app service plan is created. Inside the app service plan, we'll create a web app. App service plan provides the computer resources like the CPU and RAM behind the application. Now to create the application in the app service plan, we'll search for app services and then go to create. In here we'll give the subscription, the resource group, then the name. In the runtime stack, you have to choose the runtime Python and the region will choose India, and we have the app service plan where it will run. Next, we'll go to database, leave it empty, that deployment, next networking, and review and create. Now let's wait for deployment and then we'll verify if the application is working. Now let's go to the link and see if our application is up and running. Perfect. So our application is now running successfully, built with Python, and we'll close this. And next we'll create a key vault. So application often needs secret, for example, your database passwords, your API keys, certificates, or tokens. Instead of storing them directly in the application, Azure provides Key Vault, where we can store the certificates, your token, and passwords. So we'll go to create, and then we'll give the name Key Vault Managed Identity Demo. Region South India, or Key Vault can be in any other region also. Next, keep the Azure role-based access control, not the Vault access policy. So this utilizes the Azure role-based access control mechanism for all the permission management. Vault access policy was the previous mechanism which was used by Key Vault. Now Azure has come up with Azure RBAC. Next, we'll go to networking and then tags and create. After the creation, we'll create a database password and store it in the Key Vault. Then we'll access the credentials from app service. So whenever you create a Key Vault, you have to explicitly allow access for a user so that they can add keys, secret or certificate. So I'll assign myself a permission first with secret. So that I can create the secret in the Key Vault. Now again go to secret and generate database password and then the password. So the password is stored, and if you go in the Key Vault and then if we go to show secret value, we can see the password as well. Now suppose if we want our database password to be kept at the Azure App Service, we can go to the app and then the environment variables. right? And we can directly store our credentials and then the password itself. But this is not the correct way, and this is where many beginners store secrets directly. But this is a huge security concern, specifically if the secrets get exposed. This works, but it creates security and management problem. Imagine managing secrets across 50 or 100 applications. What if somebody accidentally exposes the credentials? So this is not the correct way. And traditionally, Azure applications authenticate using app registration. So in the Entra ID, we can create an app registration, and it creates an object in your Entra ID that can be used to authenticate to other services or your Azure tenant account. But the drawback here is that for using this internal Azure, you would have to maintain a client secret that can get expired, need rotation, or if exposed to any threat, can cause issues with security. So this is what we have to manage ourselves, but in case of managed identity, we do not have to manage. First, we'll see how this was traditionally used and managed. So we'll go to Enter ID. In here, we'll search for app registration and then new. Then we'll give it a name app registration demo and then register, and then create a secret database password, right? And validity is going to be 6 months. Now this secret is basically the application password. The application now needs to securely store the secret somewhere. When it expires, we must rotate it manually, and you can see the expiration date and the value. So we must set up an alert also, so that we know the secret is going to get expired and we have to rotate it. So this is the hassle which we get with the app registration, but not with the managed identity. And all of this what we are using in app registration is so that our one Azure service can talk to other. So Azure App Service can talk Key Vault, and similarly we will make that happen in the managed identity method also, but without using any passwords or secrets. So the app service itself uses the client ID and secret from the app registration. Microsoft Entra ID validates that identity and returns an access token, and this token will be then used to access the Key Vault. Both approach, whether managed identity or the app registration, still authenticate through Microsoft Entra ID. Difference is who manages the credentials. In case of app registration, we ourselves have to manage them, but in the managed identity, Azure automatically manages the token and rotates automatically. There is no manual intervention required. So this was the drawback in the app registration. Now let's see how we can use the managed identity to access the Key Vault from the web app. So we'll go to the app service, and then we'll search for identity. And then we'll turn on the identity that is system assigned and then save. So this will create identity in the Microsoft Entra ID, and that particular identity or object can be assigned permissions to access other resources, which we'll see shortly. So I'll click on yes. So Azure automatically creates an identity for this application. Instead of password, Azure trust Azure. Behind the scenes, Azure will automatically change the credentials, the passwords, everything will be managed by Azure itself. Other thing that if you want to know more about identity, whether it's system assigned or user assigned, I've already covered a video on that. You can check that on the top right side. Now we have the identity. You can see the object ID that will be present in Enter ID also. So if you go to Enter ID, and search with this particular identity, you'll see we have an application with the name App Managed Identity Demo. And now for Azure App Service, we created a managed identity, and now for it to access the Key Vault, we'll give the permission for this identity in the Key Vault to access. In the portal, now we'll go to the Key Vault. And just like I assigned myself the permission to read or modify the secret, I'll assign the permission to the identity of the web app. Now we'll give the permission to read. For that particular permission is secret user. So this role will assign that identity permission to not modify but only to read. That is what it specifies, that we can read secret contents. So next we'll go to the members, and in the members you can see that we can assign access to user, a group or a service principal, but we just created is a managed identity. So we'll click on identity, then select member. In the member we would have only one identity. It's assigned to web app, and then select and next review and assign. So now the access is assigned, and now we'll finally test the solution if we can access secret from the app service. Now to test the solution, we'll go to web app. In the web app, we'll go to environment variables again. Give the name database password. But now instead of giving the value directly, the password, I'll give the reference point of the key vault. So this is the reference point, how to access the secrets from the key vault. And now I'll apply and then save and then apply. To utilize the new password, I will go to Overview and then Restart. Now I'll go to Environment Variables back and then we'll go to the Show Value. And you can see that we never stored the password directly inside the application. We're using the string that will refer to the key vault and then particular secret which we are using, that is DB password. Now to test this, I'll open the Kudo console. Kudo, we can run the commands or check the internal configuration of the web app. That will be in the advanced tools. And also you can see the source checked, that is the key vault, right? And if we go inside, we can see the secret name and the vault, and then the managed identity it is using for resolving. So in the Kudo, to check the password if it can access, I'll go to bash. In the bash, I'll run echo, right? And you can see the password getting reflected in the web app. And if you similarly go back to our key vault, then the secret, and we'll see our super secret 123, similar to our web app, right? So we never stored the password directly inside the application. Azure securely retrieved from the key vault using the managed identity. And if I were to remove the environment variable, let's see if it can access the secret again. We'll do a quick restart also. Again, so you can see nothing is coming up. The access is broken and it can't access the secret from the key vault. And this logic applies to other Azure services also, and not just for this particular web app. We can use the same for virtual machine, database, and other Azure services. So let's do a rewind. In the old way, we have app service, then the app registration, manual client secret, which we have to manage, and then the key vault access. But in the new way, we have the app service, then a managed identity, and then the key vault. So let's see the challenges and the benefits. So in the challenges with the app registration is we require the client secret, the certificate, the secret get expired and we have to rotate. And also we have to store the secret securely because somebody have that access. They would have access to our Azure account and more manual steps and maintenance. But in the managed identity, we have to manage no passwords or secrets, no expiration or rotation, and it's more secure and easier to maintain because we don't have to secure any password. And it's fully integrated with Azure. So any Azure service wherever we have identity that can be used to access from other service. So if your application is running inside Azure, use managed identity. It removes the need to manage passwords and make your solution more secure and simple. And app registration is still useful for external application like GitHub Action, third-party apps, APIs outside Azure, and multi-cloud applications. So for Azure, you can use managed identity, but other third-party application, you have to use app registration. So final takeaway with the video is managed identity solves the problem of securely authenticating Azure applications without manually managing passwords. If your applications already run inside Azure, managed identity is usually the cleaner and safer choice. And believe me, I've seen in my own environment where we could have used managed identity, but because of using app registration and client secret getting expired, there were a lot of outages. So managed identity is the way when your applications are already in Azure. If this video helped you understand Azure authentication more clearly, subscribe to Cloud with Aarya for more Azure architecture and security tutorials.